Hello everyone, I'm Sheila from CompletelyFlawless.com. This week we'll be discussing how to do makeup for men. So I get a lot of questions on how to do makeup for men, what products I recommend, and tips for those who are intimidated by the idea of doing makeup on a guy. For me as a professional makeup artist, some of my highest paying jobs have been doing makeup on guys. It's really not that hard as long as you know the basics and the foundation really of creating flawless, camera ready skin. For guys, it's all about the skin, and I think in general it's all about the skin. So here are my recommendations and some tips and tricks for doing makeup on guys. So the first thing that you want to have in your kit is a good moisturizer. I recommend, as far as products go, I recommend Clinique for a moisturizer. They have a couple of different moisturizers that are really good for all skin types, and then you have want to do something like on the drugstore side, Cetaphil is a really nice brand that tends to work with most people's skin, and it doesn't have fragrance and things like that. So Cetaphil is another one that's very affordable at the drugstore that I would recommend as well. And the next thing is a primer. A primer is going to keep the face matte for longer, so it's also going to just help to smooth out and fill in lines. So as far as primers are concerned, I would recommend the Makeup Forever High Definition Primer. Other ones that I have tried and enjoyed were the Smashbox Primer. That's really nice. And another drugstore primer, not my favorite, but another nice one is the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. That's from the Beyond Natural line, or is it Beyond Natural Primer? Revlon has like one primer, so their primer, it's, you know, it's okay to get started with if you're on a budget. But those are my favorite primers. The Makeup Forever primer is really nice because it doubles as a moisturizer as well for those who have normal skin to oily skin. So those are my recommendations for that. The next thing is foundation and concealer. You want to have concealer. For guys, most of the time you're going to be focusing on dark under eye circles and scarring, or acne scars, any type of scars they may have in their face should the client want those scars covered up on the model. So as far as concealer is concerned, the Makeup Forever camouflage palettes are really nice because you're going to get the concealer and you also get the correctors in those as well. Dermablend makes some nice palettes that I use, and I really like those as far as concealers are concerned. Moving on to foundations, if you need foundation, the RCMA palettes, which I've talked about before, those I highly recommend to keep in your kit. I like the RCMA palettes because they're compact, they work very well, they're creams so they can be diluted, they can be used as a concealer or as a foundation, and they are full coverage. And outside of that, I use airbrushed for the majority of everything. So if I need to do a full face of foundation, I would opt more than likely for airbrush because it's going to give you a more natural look without looking like foundation. And the thing you have to be careful with cream foundations is that they tend to look cakey and look like foundation if you don't know how to apply them correctly. As far as airbrush makeup brands, I use Temp2 and Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics. Temp2 is silicone based and OCC is water based. So it depends on the look that the client is going for, which one I would use, whether I want a more dewy or more matte finish, because they both have their own place. Powders, pressed powders. I really don't use pressed powders too much, to be honest. My favorite powder is the Makeup Forever High Definition Powder. You can use this to mattify the face even if you're not doing foundation, and this will give the face a more even and matte look. And I really like this to set makeup with because of the fact that it's a translucent powder, but it's so finely milled that it doesn't really sit on top of the foundation and look like a veil like some of the translucent powders do. So this is like holy grail. Love the Makeup Forever High Definition Primer. High definition. I love the primer too, but I love the HD powder. As far as pressed powders, MAC makes great pressed powders, and there are some palettes that you can buy from companies like Camera Ready Cosmetics, and they sell the pressed powder palettes that you can buy as well. Lip balms. You want to make sure that you have a cherry lip balm, a regular lip balm, or I have both. I love rosebud salve. This is a very nice lip balm. It has a sheer hint of rose to it, and cherry lip balm or a lip balm like this is going to give the lips a touch of color, but a natural color, and they're not going to sit on top of the lips. They'll soak in and kind of just look natural. You don't ever want, or unless the client wants this, you don't want glossy lips. You just want to look very natural. The 5 o'clock shadow. For 5 o'clock shadow, use a matte. I cannot stress this enough. Use a matte, not a shimmer, nothing. You want to use a completely matte eyeshadow for this. For 5 o'clock shadow, use a matte eyeshadow with a sponge or a dual fiber brush, and that will help you to create a 5 o'clock shadow. And brow gel. Brow gel is going to help to keep the eyebrows in place, or brow wax. Gel tends to look a little bit more natural. So as far as brow gels are concerned, there's a lot of different ones. MAC has one that I use. I also use Estee Lauder's lash or brow primer or brow setting gel, and also even e.l.f. has one. But MAC's probably is my favorite one that I use the majority of the time. Setting and finishing spray. I use MAC Fix Plus. I love MAC Fix Plus because it is a product that has so many different uses. You can set makeup with it, you can refresh makeup with it, you can use it for eyeshadow. So it's one of those products that for $18, I believe it's $18 for all the pro discount. I don't even know how much is the pro discount. It's like 40% off of that. That's a really great product to use because you can use it for multiple uses inside of your kit. So those are the essentials that you're going to need in order to do makeup on guys. So you want to make sure that you're really blending. When you do that under eye concealer or any type of foundation or concealer outside of airbrush, you want to make sure that it's really well blended. You don't want it to look like they have foundation on or concealer on. You want it to look very natural and undetectable. So those are my tips for doing makeup on guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful. Please be sure to share with your friends on social media, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next Wednesday for another Pro Series video. Bye.